So I'm in a match against Mateja. Just for like a heads up, this video I'm gonna be playing two different log bait decks. This one and the log bait cannon one. I'm just switching between them both because they're my two favorite ones right now, and I can't really decide which one I like better. So I've been swapping between like the two decks. I'm gonna go Scaly Barrel Goblin Barrel here because he did go really aggressive with the Mega Knight at the back, and knowing if I go aggressive enough, like he won't be able to afford a lightning on my Inferno Tower. So I do want to be a little bit aggressive. I'm actually going to opt to ignore this bandit because if I respond to it, I won't be able to have anything for this queen. If I went guards on that, then I would have just lost the game to the archer queen. So it is good that I ignored that bandit there, even though it did do quite a lot of damage. He did ignore these guards as well, I guess. That's going to get me a lot of damage as well. 1,600 damage, wow. I didn't know guards did that much damage when they're ignored. I'm just going to Dark Goblin in the back. I'm going to Skeleton Barrel the bridge as well because he doesn't have a Archer Queen in cycle, so he's probably going to Ram Rider because he doesn't have anything because he uses E-Spirit, Snowball, and Archer Queen. I'm just going to Valkyrie, and then I'm going to log this as well so it doesn't get the charge on the tower. And then I'm going to go for a Goblin Barrel in the back. He does get the Mega Knight down. Once again, I'm going to let the Bandit dash onto the tower. And then I'm going to Inferno Tower. And the Inferno Tower is going to, like, damage it a little bit. Even though he could Lightning, it'd be a pretty bad Lightning, because then I could just activate my King with the Dark Goblin down low. Yeah, just in case. He does have Archer Queen in hand this time. I'm going to... Okay, he does use it. I'm going to Dark Goblin in the back. And then I'm going to just cards up top to make him use the ability early. And then I'm going to Valkyrie in front as well to protect. And then I'm going to go Skeleton Barrel, Goblin Barrel. This is pretty aggressive, but it's going to be annoying for him to stop. Like, I got some nice Goblin Barrel damage. I'm going to log. Then I'm going to go guards. And I forced out a lot of elixir, and I got quite a bit of damage as well from doing that. And I'm not down too much either. Only down like 3 elixir. I'm going to Valk the back. I'm going to Skeleton Barrel. I'm going to go for a Dark Goblin low on the side, and then Inferno Tower over here to avoid giving him Lightning value. He can Lightning the Valkyrie and the Inferno, but he won't hit the Dark Goblin. And then, okay, a nice defense there. I'm going to Valkyrie low to hit this Ram and catch the Bandit. I'm going to Goblin Barrel as well, because this Dark Goblin will tank unless he blocks it. Okay. Let's go for an Archer Queen on the Goblin Barrel. It's going to be an annoying counter push to stop, but I should be able to defend here if I play it well. I'm going to Dark Goblin. Skeleton Barrel to defend the Archer Queen. Skeleton Barrel is surprisingly a really good counter to the Archer Queen, because if you put the Skeleton Barrel on her, when the Archer Queen, like, when the Skeleton Barrel pops, it'll push it back, and then it'll start targeting onto the Skeletons. I'm going to go for a high Valk here. Then I'm going to go for a Dark Goblin off to the side. I'm just going to let this Bandit lock and then just go for a log. Because he does have to stay in my lane. I'm going to Goblin Barrel the back. Hopefully I get some damage. Nice. 2 shots. He's pretty low, like on tower HP. I'm going to go for a Skeleton Barrel here. If he doesn't defend well enough, it could be game. Let's see. I'm just going to Inferno Tower for the Ram Rider. Let's see what he wants to do. I'm just going to hold my Dark Goblin. Okay, I'm going to Valkyrie all the way up here, and then I'm going to go with Dark Goblin in the middle to pull it to my Inferno while hitting the Mega Knight. I'm going to go for guards, surround the Ghost, and defend the Bandit. I'm going to go Goblin Barrel here, and then I'm going to Skeleton Barrel on defense. Then I'm going to log the Archer Queen as well. Just Valkyrie in the back. And as you can see, it did pretty good against the Archer Queen. Only 1 shot on the tower, and that's not too bad for a +3 trade. I'm going to Inferno Tower in the middle. Okay, he's going to Lightning. I'm going to wait and then Valkyrie right now. And then I'm going to log this back. Really clean defense there. He might try to go in. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go Goblin Barrel as well. Guards over top of this Ghost. And Valk on the Queen. And just go for an Inferno Tower up here, and this should be game. Okay, so he can't really break through. I'm just going to Dark Goblin up top just in case. And then log. And then go for guards. Really nice win there. Played really well. This is probably Logbait's matchup, like 60-40 maybe. You just have to be really careful on defense and make sure to get as much value out of your skeleton barrels and dark goblins as possible. I'm against Mateja. I know this guy likes to play with Pekka Graveyard, but I'm not sure which version. So I'm going to go Goblin Barrel in the corner because I know he has a Tornado. He goes for a Dark Prince. He might go for a Graveyard, but it would be pretty bad in my opinion. Okay. He does go for Zappies in the back. I'm going to Dark Goblin into these Zappies. He goes for a Baby Drag. I'm just going to Skeleton Barrel to protect this Dark Goblin to get as much damage on the Baby Dragon as possible. And then I'm just going to Guards over here. I'm going to Rocket this Archer Queen as well. The reason I Guards back there was just in case he Graveyarded. I wanted to have my Guards back there. Okay, he goes for a Graveyard now. Kind of a weird Graveyard. I do have Valk. He might freeze. I'm just gonna log, and this Valk is gonna be really good. Like, this is gonna be hard for him to stop. He's pretty low on elixir. He just spent 9 elixir. I'm gonna Skeleton Barrel the bridge. It's fine to put your Skeleton Barrel in front of the Valkyrie because once it pops, and the Valkyrie will distract for the skeletons. They're just preserving my Valk HP. He has to. Okay, this is getting a lot of damage. I'm gonna Dark Goblin. He might Tornado right now, so I'm gonna Goblin Barrel super fast. Nice. He has no elixir right now. He can't defend this. He has to ignore the whole Goblin Barrel. So that is like a really good like proof that tracking elixir and cycle is very important, because me going Dark Goblin there, I knew he would tornado it in, so I instantly went for the Goblin Barrel right before he tornadoed, knowing that if he tornadoed it in, then he wouldn't be able to defend the Goblin Barrel, and if he didn't tornado it in, then he would have had to tornado the Goblin Barrel and not be able to respond to the Dark Goblin, giving me damage either way. My Skeleton Barrel got a lot of damage there. I'm just going to get this nice value Rocket. He goes for a really bad Graveyard. I'm going to Dark Goblin over here, bait the freezing Guards off to the side. Instead of going for a log, I'm just going to Goblin Barrel. I can afford to eat some damage. Okay, now that's in rocket range, so I just need to defend for 30 more seconds and just get a rocket off. I'm just going to Valk in the back. He goes Dark Prince. I'm just going to go for a high Inferno, and then I'm going to Dark Goblin to middle, and then Skeleton Barrel to distract his Archer Queen. Then go for a Goblin Barrel as well, because instead, go for the Goblin Barrel to make him defend instead of going in for a push, and then I can just rocket the tower. Really nice win there. Just like the biggest takeaways is just like make sure you know like what your opponent can and can't do, because I knew that if he did that tornado, he wouldn't be able to defend the Goblin Barrel. So now I'm switching over to this Logbait Cannon deck. I'm against Sandbox. I'm 1 game off 8,500. Hopefully I can win this to hit 8.5k. I'm just going to Dark Goblin in the back. Sandbox likes to run like Royal Giant and Mega Knight, so I'm not sure what deck he has. It still could be both. I'm just going to Valk on the side and then see what he wants to do. He might Archer Queen, so I'm holding up my Rocket. I'm just going to Rocket this Queen right now. Okay. That will get a shot. Yeah, that was going to get some damage if he didn't respond, so nice that it forced out the Hunter. I'm just going to go for an Eastward over here to completely counter the Hunter. Then I'm going to go for a Goblin Barrel in the back. He might RG the back right now. I'm going to Skelly Split to get to my Valk. Okay, he does RG the back. I'm going to go Valk into the RG, and then I'm going to try to defend this without the cannon. It's better to take like 1 hit and get a counter push, because he's spending 6. I'm spending 7, but my 7's surviving. I'm going to go East Spirit Goblin Barrel here to bait the log. Hopefully. Okay, he doesn't log. Interesting. I'm just going to take this damage. Just 1 shot. And then he has to defend the Valk and Dark Goblin on the left. He wastes his Archer Queen. I'm just going to go for a Valkyrie down here. He uses the Queen ability. I'm going to Dark Goblin right here to kill the Fisherman faster, and he has to log this. He has nothing else to put. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go for a Goblin Barrel right away off to the side. Goes for an E-Spirit. Oh, really bad E-Spirit there. Really nice start for us. This is a really hard matchup though, so I wouldn't be surprised if I lose. This matchup is really, really bad because RG Lightning Log Archer Queen versus Log Bait with a cannon is not what you want to have. I'd much rather have like something like guards in this matchup. Okay, I'm gonna rocket this ghost. It is a little bit aggressive. I am down elixir, but I'm just gonna take some damage to get some damage. He does go for the log. I'm gonna cannon after the RG locks on purpose because I know he's gonna try to go in opposite lane. Yeah. So if the RG shot the cannon, then I would be in a much worse spot because I wouldn't have anything for this RG. So really good recognition that that I need to have my cannon survive. So I just let the RG get some damage. I'm gonna log this fisherman. Maybe I can get a shot in. Nice. Okay, he's in 2 rockets range, but it's gonna be really hard to defend versus RG Lightning. I'm gonna Dark Goblin in the corner and go for a Goblin Barrel to apply some pressure. He goes for the log. Okay, this is gonna be really hard to stop. I'm gonna go Val, Cannon. I logged that back just in case he went for the Lightning. I need to go for a Goblin Barrel now. He is back to log. I think I might lose right here. Just with an RG Lightning at the bridge, he might be able to get me. I'm just gonna Dark Goblin to corner. I have to Valkyrie this. I'm gonna Skeletons over top of the Queen. I'm gonna go E-Spirit Goblin Barrel. I need to watch out for the Queen. Oh, and the RG. This is not good. He Lightning the left. What? Hopefully that RG doesn't take my tower. Oh my god. Yo, wait. Goblin rocket. Come on. Don't have lightning. Oh, let's go. That was such a close match. Wow. I think I'm gonna be top 20. Top 16, let's go. So usually I don't show replays, but I'm gonna share a replay here because I'm really happy with how I played this one. In my last video with this deck, a lot of people were asking me like, how do you beat Lava Hound? How do you beat Lava Hound? It's an impossible matchup. There's nothing you can really do. You only have Dark Goblin for air. And I did manage to beat Lava Hound on top ladder. And I did want to show this replay because I'm really happy with how I played. And maybe it could help some of you on how to play against Lava Hound yourself. This is probably the hardest counter in the entire game for this deck. He has Lava, Flying Machine, Arrows, and Miner. Like, he just arrows the Dark Goblin and I can't defend. I do go for a Goblin Barrel here in the back because I know he's going to barb, so then my Valkyrie can walk up and hit the tower because the Barbarians would have to go backwards to get to the Goblin Barrel, and then the Valkyrie would lock onto the tower. I go for a log here, and then I do high skeletons. I do the high skeletons there just to prevent some of the barbarian damage, because if I do somehow win, it's going to be a 2-tower game, obviously. And then I know here that he doesn't have arrows, so I go for a Goblin Barrel. He goes for a Mega Minion. I don't really agree with that. I feel like it was just kind of a bad Mega Minion. And then I go for a Dark Goblin to snipe everything. I E-Spirit because I think he's going to Flying Machine. And then I Valkyrie as well because I think he's going to Flying Machine still. And then here he does a really, really bad Flying Machine. It was really stupid. I don't like that play. Like, really hurt him a lot. I do go for a Goblin Barrel on the left. Just to apply some pressure. He ignores it for some reason. I don't agree with that play either. And that I think I can't remember what happens. I think he sets up with a lava in the back. So I do go for an E-Spirit at the bridge to hopefully like get some extra chip, but it doesn't work. So like as you can see, like there's like not really any defense I can do because E-Drag baits out the rocket for him to just go Flying Machine. Like I have to rocket this because there's no other way for me to kill that card. So I do rocket it, but then he just goes Flying Machine Miner, and like it's just so hard. But I do go E-Spirit. I go Valkyrie to block this, and then my Valkyrie walks back, so I have to Skeletons to block the shots when it retargets. I go for Goblin Barrel here because I know he doesn't have arrows in hand. And then now I do know he has arrows, so I make the decision, instead of putting my Dark Goblin on the left just to get arrows by him, I go for it on the right to help clean up the barbs. And then I go Goblin Barrel here just in hopes, like, he messes up so I don't have to rocket the tower, which he does. For some reason, he goes for the miner instead of just letting his troops take my tower. And I end up being able to take his tower without having to use my rocket. I go for a cannon and then E-Spirit Skeletons to just let the Lava Hounds hit my cannon. And then I set up with another Dark Goblin over here. I go for a E-Spirit on top of this E-Drag, and then I do go Skeletons now. It does help block the Flying Machine. I go for a cannon as well. I go for a High Valkyrie, and once again, it's going back, unfortunately, so I do log it, so it doesn't go all the way back, and the Flying Machine stays on the Valkyrie. Here, I should have went Goblin Barrel sooner, I'm not gonna lie, but what it does do is it baits out his arrows, so now he can't kill my Dark Goblin, so I set up with a Dark Goblin in the back, knowing that, like, he can't really build up a push without arrows in hand. I cannon over here, and now knowing he doesn't have arrows, I go Goblin Barrel Valk in the pocket, and I also, if you can see on the right, I'm working on protecting my Dark Goblin just in case I don't get the tower, but I do manage to get the tower into rocket range with that, and I do somehow win this impossible matchup.